a Texas man has gotten a little bit of flack from media for making his son stand outside on an intersection with a sign that says, "I am a bully." I already love this story. I already think this guy is awesome, but I want to hit what you think. Jose Lagares was not too happy when he found out that his son was bullying people in his 4th grade class. So he sent his son to an intersection to hold a sign that says, "I'm a bully, honk if you hate bullies." Now, how awesome is this guy? I already love it.
I want to love it, but I also, I want to hear more about what this guy is like because, I'm wondering why his son became a bully in the first place. Because often bullies, come from homes where it's rather unstable or, there's some sort of abuse or some sort of insecurity. So, I mean, on the surface, it seems like, yeah, I mean, he's not being beaten. It seems like a fitting punishment. And the kid is being, shown to the public, and the public is able to, give their opinion and show this boy that people don't appreciate bullies, hopefully.
Now,
But
just to give you some more context into this, this kid got in trouble 7 times for bullying other kids. So I'm just putting that out there.
oh,
And
absolutely. I'm just saying that, bullies, I don't think there are any children that are really born to be bullies, I could be wrong, and there's that whole nature
I kind of
versus
disagree
nurture
with you on
thing.
that because I think some people are just naturally dicks.
Well, that's hard. That's hard for me to wrap my head
No,
around
it's
because,
really easy for me to grasp because some people can grow up in a perfectly nice home and just be a selfish dick face.
hmm.
That's
Well,
just my experience. I mean, yeah, not a lot of people do. You're right that probably a lot of people do grow up in bad circumstances, and that's why they become a bully. And then other people, it doesn't take anything. Maybe they just enjoy making other people suffer and bullying other people. It
yeah,
makes them feel like awesome.
that's true. I mean, there's this whole debate over whether a sociopath is born or whether a sociopath is created. So, if you go under the assumption that there's something neurologically wrong with them, then the people that you're describing that are just naturally bullyish like that, they're probably sociopaths and they need to be mentally evaluated. And that's kind of the thinking I'm getting to here. I'm wondering, why is this 4th grade boy being a bully? And what is the source? I'd like to know what's the source of the problem in these bullying cases. I find it so sad that kids so young are getting pleasure from bringing harm and pain to other people. And I want to know personally, is it coming from the home? Is it coming from an insecurity in the child? Or is it something that's inborn, like some sort of mental sociopathy or psychopathy that's, not allowing this child to think properly?
Or maybe just some people just like being dicks.
Well, you see, that's the thing. When a little innocent child, when a little baby is born, you don't look at that infant, and you want to think that, gee, I hope they're not the type of person that just is born to want to be a dick. And frankly,
No.
people,
I'm not saying anybody is born wanting to be a dick, but when you grow up and some people just, I don't know, laugh at other people's misfortune. I
well, you
mean,
see, that's a sociopath right there. That's someone who has
no,
no
not
regard for the
necessarily.
pain and suffering of others.
Not necessarily. Like, because a good example, right? Some people like to watch, videos on YouTube of like people who are skating or something like that and fall off your skateboard and hit their balls.
Well,
Do you,
yeah.
if you laugh at that, are you seriously calling people a sociopath? If you laugh at
No,
that?
no, but most people, wouldn't trip the person and make that happen in the first place.
Well, that's a different. That I agree that is kind of a different perspective to look at it. Of course, yeah. If you're the one tripping them, yeah, you're a dick.
Yeah.
But you know, taking the whole point that I was trying to get to is that it doesn't make you a sociopath if you do laugh at other people's misfortune at times. Because sometimes it's
Right,
funny when
no,
a guy
no, I'm
falls in
not
their
saying
face.
that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying people who take it to the extreme where they become this bully,
Right.
and the greatest joy that they have is in making other people suffer and taking pleasure from that suffering. Those are sociopaths. And
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 it
and there's
also
still a
could be,
debate out there about whether sociopaths are born or made, that whole nurture versus nature debate. I mean, it's still, no one really knows.
but you also have to think that, hey, this kid, he's still a kid. His brain isn't fully formed. He doesn't know how
Hopefully
to take
he
that
can
into
be taught.
account. The fact that he doesn't realize the consequences of his actions, and
Yeah, and I
that's the
hope
thing.
that's all that is. And I hope that's all that is. You know, that this is what it is. That it's an immature brain that needs reprogramming or reteaching.
Now, whenever
And
you
I
use the
hope,
word reprogramming, that sounds incredibly 1984. So I try to stay away from that terminology if I were you. But certainly, I think, but certainly, I think that when the kid grows up, and even after this experience itself, he's going to be like, you know what, that wasn't cool. And actually, the father himself actually talks about this. Now he says, quote, I refuse to allow my child to be somebody else's pain. You know, we don't need another Columbine, and we don't need another Solomon Harris. Now, Solomon Harris, of course, is a guy was a gay teen who killed himself in April after being bullied by some of his peers. So,
right.
and he says, quote, we don't need that to happen, and I refuse for my child to be the cause of that. Bullying is also a form of public humiliation. Maybe he understands that when he humiliates someone publicly, that doesn't feel good. Hopefully he'll take that with him so the next time he tries to bully someone, he'll think about it twice. No, I'm totally 100% in favor of the dad. And I also want to give you kind of an update because it's a bit of an older story from last week. There's been actually an update today that I read where the father himself, after receiving some criticism for that, went and made his own sign and stood out there and said, I am not sorry. I want to stop bullying. So he went and held his own pink sign out in the street. So I mean, you can't not agree with this guy. I think this guy is awesome.
Well, I think from what I can tell, he hasn't done anything bad. I just hope that behind the scenes there's a lot more listening going on because, like I said, my only point is that a lot of times bullies are made in the home and that they come from, a lot of insecurities and from places where they don't feel safe and they don't feel like that they're ever listened to. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, the punishment isn't anything too harsh or anything. I don't think it's nothing that the kid couldn't handle, and I think it could actually help him think twice. But I hope that it's not. I hope that the boy's behavior is not systemic of some deeper problem at home, and I hope that he has a father that doesn't just discipline, but also listens.